they paid dues for you, please let me know. As Ben Kim paid dues for our district president, or who did? Yeah, Ben Kim did. That's definitely on my record. This is an NHS meeting, not SGA. And the second one up there, in the Remind app, I don't know who, so if your name is sort of under weird listings, like you are Trent Miles or Chad Cannon or Andre Rodriguez, I'm going to drop those people unless anybody in here tells me that that's somehow them. But you can go in and update your name in the app so that I have a first name, last name, and we can find you. Because if we can't, there have been people that didn't make it through a year of NHS because they just weren't in Remind and they didn't even know that they'd gotten kicked out because they were never aware that they were. It takes care of itself. So make sure you're in the Remind app. Make sure you have paid dues. If you have to go to cash, I will take this. And I think you're probably ready to start, right? One last thing would be Miss Keys to the back. She may take the mic, but we thank her for co-sponsorship. Miss Myers is in the booth running, the digital side. But I would say Miss C or Cicerelli, this is her home. She now has new AC. It does feel kind of comfortable in there. But do not leave any food on the ground. Do not leave any trash on the ground. Officers should do the final cleanup at the end of meetings if there is any. But be respectful of the space that you're in. And we don't have a sergeant of arms. I got rid of that position. But that was basically the scare you into silence position. So again, make sure that you're respectfully silent. And hopefully you're in the Remind app notice that took you into this agenda so you can do some sign-ups during the meeting. Good morning, NHS. For those who missed the new member meeting, I want to reintroduce our officers, starting with Jensen, our service chairman, and Bettina, our vice president. We have Bree, our secretary. Riley, our treasurer. And Katie is passing out papers, but she's our historian. We also have Kira, our web director, in the booth back there. We also have Parker, who's talking a lot right now. So let's scroll down a little to our upcoming dates. So last call for Gong Show. Yes, Ben? Okay. So Gong Show applications, if you sign up for Gong Show, that is an opportunity to earn some NHS hours as we run it. And there's also going to be ticket sales. Riley, if you want to show them the tickets. Question? Okay, so it's for seniors that can't tell there was a front and back side to the Sugar Mill Garden. Fill out both. You don't need a parent signature on that, so we're collecting that. Pass it to Katie's side this way once you have cleared it, and we'll catch it on this side. All right, did you want to explain?
Hello. We are selling the Gong Show tickets this year. They're $5 each. If you guys want to come and sign up and sign out a bag for the next 10 days or 9 days, ends at 27. We'll be trying to sell 25 of these. It's worth $125. Better give that back. If you don't, yeah. Sign-ups are over here. The bags are over here. We have almost about half is filled out from the juniors from yesterday. If any seniors or any more juniors want to come up sometime this meeting, you guys can come and sign up. Sell it, please.
And also for seniors, if here you can click the link to the corporate NHS website. Seniors, you can apply for scholarships on the website if you make a corporate NHS account.
right there.
So, you could be like Ben and just eat, or you could apply, fill this out, create an account, and it's like free money. We actually had 2 people last year combined made over $3,000 in scholarships. So it's well worth your time. And then, all right, and then we'll have Jensen with the service file and your upcoming service opportunities.
Let's see. Can we go to the service file or the upcoming services? Okay, so again, for anyone who doesn't already know, you can go to SCHS NHS Weekly. It's the first blue link. This will be the service file where everything can be found service related. So, Kira, could you scroll down to the bottom real quick? Well, up a little bit. Okay, so we got, of course, we're going to trust our president, Ashton, to come up with our field night team. So if you're chosen for that, that'll be ours. Of course, if you're helping sell gong show tickets, we have Sugar Mill every first and third Saturday of the month, except for a few exceptions, but I'll send out reminders for those. Another thing that we're trying to do is we need commentators for Pop Warner football games for one of our local teams. If you're interested and you actually know about the sport and can actually commentate, please sign up for that. We got our district NHS meeting, which I think we're going to have Matthew talk about in a second. And also for induction tomorrow, we are looking for donations of cupcakes, cookies, water, soda. Generally, a pack of those is half an hour, and you can get an hour from that. So if you're really going to need hours, just bring in 2 donations, and that's an easy hour for you. But one thing I want to start doing is I want to start running some committees, which I'll send out emails to people or reminds if you actually are interested, and we'll kind of go from there. But I think Matthew wants to talk about the district meeting coming up.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks, guys. So my name is Matthew, and I am this year's district president. And does that work? Yeah. All right. So we have a lot of exciting things planned this year, but suffice to say that for now what you need to know is there will be 3 district meetings. The students meeting in October 12th, from 1 to 4 in the Spruce Creek Media Center. We have a lot of exciting things planned. We're going to have guest speakers. Thank you. We're going to have guest speakers. We're going to be collecting jackets and sweaters. They're all for me. I'm going to be hoarding all of them. What do you do? Oh. And so suffice to say, October 12th, I will ask Caption to send out more stuff in the meantime, but just keep your eyes on the reminds. Thanks, guys.
All right, and then I just have one question by show of hands. Who would want to be on the NHS team for field night? Yeah. All right, so by show of hands, who would come to a field night combine? A combine. Like the NFL draft, and then you get drafted to the NHS field night team. You'll get hours, yeah. Depends how. I think we're good. All right. Thank you. Of course we don't. So now we will have Bree lead us in song in singing Mr. Roll Happy Birthday.
Bree will be singing at the induction as well. Miss Keith, yeah, not like that though. Miss Keith does have a birthday next week as well, so. Are you a Virgo or are you on the other side of not Virgo? Libra. So she's one of the first day Libras, I'm one of the late Virgos. Okay, just for Miss Myers, for example, for those that might be new, this is kind of Oklahoma Land Rush. Once you sort of see something that he has posted in this file, you can sign up for it. So that's on the right side. I would go to the induction helpers and show that one because I think that one's booked. So yeah, that line, go click the docs one. The one right above that on the cupcakes, again, we bought water for after the banquet, but it's primarily the seniors, who should pay it forward essentially, or pay it to the juniors in bringing in cupcakes or bringing in some other drinks. And that's not a sign-up sheet, but you obviously have to bring that by lunch tomorrow. I don't want to be taking cupcakes at the door, and generally you as seniors are not coming to this banquet unless you have really close relationships with the juniors or you are one of the induction helpers, which again it should open. And so we could still have somebody that's the door welcomer. You guys should dress pretty well for that, and you can see we're good on cleanup and food, but the primary thing we need still is food. So seniors, put it in your, and I guess Mr. Grimaldi, who's sitting with the seniors, that you can put it in your calendar to go hit Walmart after school today. So again, a 12-pack of water is equivalent to a 6-pack of cupcakes. You can go for snacks, little like 20 packs in those boxes, or you can go for soda. You can go for anything for the most part that people might want, as a sort of dessert / drink item. All right, go back to so that's sort of how it's going to be set up. If you feel you need more info about like where to park or where the thing's located, just again send a reminder to Jensen, and he can throw more information in the sign-up form. If you go back to the agenda, did you want to do anything else out of this? There's one thing I might want to point out. Okay, so scroll down and show the shirts. Don't show the QR code. Scroll past it. So these are the shirts, and again, the seniors are holding to that one. You are not going to be issued a new one. The seniors should have told me if they had a completely destroyed shirt. So we're not ordering as many of those. The juniors get the one that's on the left. So these are sort of classic ones, and then the light blues will probably show up next year when we get a new set. If you scroll past that, if you do want to, applaud on the fact that our junior Dane ultimately redeemed what his older brother could not achieve, which is the Club of the Year award. So again, you guys are the Club of the Year. Actually, it's technically not a club, it's an association. And again, it's on the website in like the newsletter tab, but you can scroll down and sort of see the blurb of the newsletter. Those are worth reading. That's the Gong Show advertisements that'll still be going up. But again, that's the outgoing Logan Dane. Or is this your first letter? I think this is our new president's first newsletter, right? So if you want to read his tone and style, check that out. Scroll back up to the top, and let's show one thing, which would be scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a little bit. So the one that says, keep scrolling down. Oh, no, go back up a little bit. It's the one that says getting the most out of it, right above that last bullet. Click that one and let's show that. This is, I think, on the website, but for those that are new, like how can you get the most out of your NHS experience? NHS has spelled this out if this thing comes up. And, obviously you are dismissed from the club when you get 3 absences in a row. Be in touch with Ms. Myers or Bettina if you are absent for a meeting, and they might code you excused. But we don't have excused absences. Generally, there's a process by which you can do the makeup so that you don't have 3 continuous absences. You again have the 5 + 5 as hours, but as we explained to the juniors yesterday, that doesn't come until the end of the first semester. Everybody that is a senior existing member, the new members, and are treated like the juniors. But existing seniors, you will be following, 5+5, and if you had a probation coming in, which is in the attendance file I keep sending you because you guys were a little inconsistent on getting your dues paid by deadline, which is basically now. So again, I'm sending out dismissals. You cannot attend the induction if you have not paid dues. So like ultimately that is sort of a prerequisite to get the certificate to join. So again, you can pay at the door with cash, I suppose, if you still want to join NHS but haven't paid dues or can't figure out a website. But again, scroll down and sort of show some of the other ones there. So again, you guys had in your application for the new folks this year, like some suggestions of things that you wanted to spearhead or projects you wanted to lead. If Jensen doesn't reach out to you on that one, reach out to Jensen or get on sort of the committee list that's starting to be built. And again, older folks, feel free to mentor or tag a junior that is your legacy, because you guys will be out of here relatively soon. And for the new juniors, I would say the March election, where you guys replace these folks, comes up awful quick. So again, see if you want to ask any of these folks, what their position entails, if you're sort of tagging one of those. Anybody have Deftones shirt?
For all seniors who are returning to the club, all returning members, please remember your first submission for your hours is due the 11th of October. That is the official submission, Google form in, or else you're expelled from the club, your hours are late. No, yeah, you can have probation. I'm saying that's when you have to submit by.
Juniors, can you guys raise your hand if you haven't submitted your sugar bill form yet? So I can shame you? Okay. Do you have it? Just not filled out yet? Okay. Hold on. Raise your hand if you need one.
How many seniors are helping us tomorrow night? Would you raise your hand? Okay. Would you please wear white on the top, black on the bottom? White on the top, black on the bottom. So that we will know who the helpers are. The juniors were told yesterday about what they're going to wear, and the seniors that are joining us. The length of your bottoms should be long enough so that nobody can see what they're not supposed to see when they are on stage. So keep in mind, you're dressing modestly, ladies, so that we can get through tomorrow night without any problems. When do we get shirts, Mr. Roll? When do we get shirts?
Again, the shirt order we sent off as soon as we could. They never make the deadline of this meeting, so again, you will get a remind message saying to come pick your shirt up. We may run out of a size or two if you guys somehow, misordered or something. So that's the junior one. One looks like Riley, and you pick it up in my room probably mid next week, would be my guess.
And then I just want to remind you guys the theme this year is Power to the People, where I encourage you guys to think of your own service events to contribute more. And then
there are several students who turned in their contracts, but they didn't they didn't put their initials on the fact. I read this, and it's all blank. And those blanks belong to, if you'll see me after this meeting, so that you can sign it properly. Rose Downey, Amira Hasvena, John Miskael, Zoe Miranda, Ethan Moulton, and Amaris McGreer. I'll repeat, Amaris, Ethan, Moulton, Zoe Miranda, John and rows down. So if your name was called, please see when this is over so that you can sign your contract with the initials.
All right, last call. Any one of you seniors or juniors who want to sell Gong Show tickets for the next 9 or so days before the last big thing during Hoku Week, come up here and I'll sign you out a bag. We'll figure out how many hours this costs. Probably 1 hour, something like that.
All right, can you show the attendance QR code? Shrink it, give it.
So yeah, Miss Myers, it's upper right corner, 3 dots, and take it down. Oh.
I actually had one more question for everyone. Are there any Eagles fans in NHS right now? Oh, Eagles! What happened? Oh.
He's still getting over the Super Bowl against the Patriots. All right. Do you have a famous outro? We tend to have like a Rage Against the Machine thing, so if there are any questions or suggestions or things that we need to hear for the upcoming month, let us know. But again, you've got a Gong Show. You have got which makes us $1,750 if we do it right. You ultimately have a field night team, so that's open to both juniors and seniors, and typically there's more juniors that participate than seniors on the field night team. But we need some hulky people to win against, who's the defending champ, AOF? So yeah, again, we need people to win on the tug of war. Are we actually giving you the mic? Or? All right. Again, our meetings are typically going to be as efficient, power to the people, that we ultimately, again, want you guys to be leading, and we want to be in service of you, and we want to not take up your time. So this is probably the longest meeting of the year outside maybe the election.